Sometimes things that are expensive are worse.
Grab a quick midnight snack and listen to our love-hate relationship with eating out. Hello, Cinti.
Hi, Chanel.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain, if I'm being honest.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we talking about today?
You tell me.
Oh,
Yep.
me?
Yeah, it's all you. What are we talking about?
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little hungry.
I regret letting you tell us what we're doing.
Let me vibe.
It's giving
Hey.
kitschy.
Let me vibe. Oh, not kitschy.
It's giving kitschy.
That's my insult word.
And I'm going to use it. No crying aloud. Okay, but you're hungry.
Yes, I'm feeling very hungry.
So what are we trying to eat today? Or what are you trying to eat? Maybe I'll join you. We'll see.
Ooh.
We'll see if I agree.
So I come up and visit you a lot.
Quite often, yeah.
Like,
this is like number 5.
Yeah, my parents are like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "Ah." And 9 times out of 10, I'm here.
Yeah.
And so whenever I come out here to visit you, the number one thing we do is eat. It doesn't matter what else we're doing, we're eating.
100%. We already discussed we're foodies.
We're
That's our
absolutely
thing.
foodies.
Yeah.
That's your hobby.
Eating?
Yeah, being a foodie is a hobby.
Really?
It's an activity you can do for fun.
See, I thought with a hobby I'd have to do something, maybe this is the schooling coming in, but more constructive, like in the sense of I'm eating, I should be ranking or stuff like that.
Yeah,
like solely just
creativity or like a project attached to it.
But solely just eating is the hobby?
Eating, going out, foodie.
Then we lied last season. I have a hobby because I stay eating.
We do.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
So when we first came out here, when we were trying to help you find an apartment, oh my God. We were running the streets and we were starving to death. And you were dying because of the hills.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Because both Arizona and Houston, at least the area, like Arizona has mountains, but you can avoid the mountains pretty easy and traverse. So flat. And then Houston doesn't have mountains.
Yeah.
Flat.
Yeah.
San Francisco doesn't have mountains, but it has hills.
Hills.
The hills are alive.
With the sound of music.
And so is the burn of my calf.
Woo. And so I remember hello, Winston. I remember we were walking around and we were trying to find a place to eat. And I remember I was like, oh no, like we should go over here. Or we should go over there. Something like that. And you were like, Chanel.
I was hangry.
I need to eat.
I was hangry. You were pissing me off.
You were pissing me off. I said, girl, you can't walk up a hill. You got asthma.
I do have asthma. So why are we getting mad at my lack of breathing?
I don't know if I knew you had asthma at this point.
Maybe not. But I was getting mad because we had left to go find a place to eat. But like, you weren't hungry yet.
No.
So you had time.
So I was like, let's go over here. Let's go over there. Let's go do this.
Yeah. But I thought when you said, let's go find a place to eat, I thought we were going to walk to a restaurant and sit down and eat. So I was already hungry.
I was vibing.
So you were vibing and I was like, I want to eat. And you were like, let's walk this way. Let's walk that way. And I couldn't do the hills. I couldn't breathe. So I was hungry, asthmatic, and upset.
Woo!
And I could tell you were getting upset with me as well. But I was just like, because you were picking the place. I think I had picked.
Yeah, I think my plan was we were going to walk around and see if we see something good. So then I started doing that. And then you were like, we're walking up a hill. What are we doing? Where are we going? I'm like, girl, we're walking to find a place. And you're like, where's the place? And I'm like, we're finding it. And you're like, no, I need it now.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep. But it worked out for us.
Because
we found one of our favorite sushi spots in the city.
Yes.
Name drop. They deserve all the name drops.
Oh, wait. We're not going to gatekeep? We should have gatekeep.
No, we should have gatekeep. I want them to stay open. They deserve the business.
So the place that's so delicious, San Raku.
It's off of. Is it off of Post?
Post.
Post.
It's near Union Square.
Yes.
They'll be able to find it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so that place, standard sushi restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just went in like, okay, let's get sushi. What's popping? Let's go. And so we started ordering rolls. We ordered some sashimi. We ordered some tempura, and we were grubbing. We're like, this is good.
It's good.
This is good. This is good.
Everything hit.
Everything hit.
Yeah.
And then our waitress was also like super lively.
Yeah.
And we have never seen her
We
again.
haven't. So I think the issue is though we went at night. It was dinner time.
Yeah.
We went at dinner time, and every other time that you've come to visit, we've never been in the city at night.
Yeah.
I think with other instances that we had, like we'll come back to the sushi one, but do you remember the first place we went to go eat when we got there?
No.
We went to a Vietnamese place. We walked through the Tenderloin.
The Tenderloin. We were like, where the hell are we?
So the issue was,
are you doing crack? Sir. We were walking.
Yeah.
I was like, Cindy, eyes forward. Walk.
And I was looking at everybody.
I was like, Cindy, don't look at them.
was
just
looking.
walk. Just head forward and walk.
The reason why it was such an issue is because that whole trip was just like a shitstorm, to be honest.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, the beginning part.
The beginning part. We were really
It was a shitstorm because the issue was we were trying to come to California around the same time. We were in San Francisco around the time that UC Berkeley was graduating, San Francisco State, and then like another SF school.
Yep.
They were all graduating at the same time. So even though we wanted to be in the East Bay, all the hotels were taken because of Berkeley.
Yep.
Berkeley's massive. And then we got into San Francisco. It was the same thing where a lot of them were taken because of graduation. So we found some random odd hotel. And the issue is because we weren't in East Bay, we needed a car. But like in San Francisco, just in general, having a car is so difficult. That's why the public transportation is so well used, because navigating that city with a car is hard. Finding parking is difficult. So we were lucky enough to have a place to park the car. Like the hotel that we stayed at, they had like a parking garage or whatever. But because it had like an attendant and we knew we weren't going to be able to find parking at any place that we went, we just decided to walk.
Yeah.
But being new to an area, like I don't think I'd ever been to San Francisco before this trip.
I have.
Right. You have, but like I don't think I had been.
Yeah.
So, but even still, this was not an area. You stated, I've been to San Francisco, but I've never been to this part of San Francisco.
Absolutely not.
So it hit us both where we were walking and we looked at each other and we're like, what are we getting ourselves into?
I was like, eyes forward.
And my eyes were not forward. I definitely saw someone do a line on the street.
That's what I'm saying.
And
that area you're doing, I see the needle.
Yes.
Going into your body.
Yeah.
What is going on?
And I was getting scared because I thought we were being followed. Remember? And you were just like, if you don't look at them.
If you don't look at them, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like literally nobody bothered us. Nobody
bothered.
said anything to us. We just kept walking. As long as you walk with a purpose and eyes forward, you're good.
Yeah.
If you do, someone's going to go, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
No. And so, yeah, that was our first experience. The food that we got was good.
Well, and that was the thing. That's what set off the tone of the trip.
Yeah.
That we went through all of that, but we looked at each other and we're like, okay, when it comes to eating, it's not going to miss.
Yeah.
It's kind of the vibe that we had. So I think that was the first place. We spent time in East Bay. Then we came back. And I think it was like that second evening that we were there that we went to San Raku.
Yep.
So continue. I just wanted to add that in there because that's important.
Yes.
Also, the other reason why I don't want to be traversing, because I don't know where we're at. We could hit Tenderloin Part 2.
But you see, at that point, I knew where I was. So I was like,
okay.
okay, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Union Square is typically fine. That area. But yeah, right down the street is Tenderloin. So
which is wild.
Oh my God. So yeah, anyways, back from our flashback. We were grubbing. And the food was so good. And then I was absolutely stuffed. You were stuffed.
Yes.
And then you were like, but Chanel,
Yeah.
I kind of want to get this.
So my thing with sushi is I can't say what roll is my favorite, but I will tell you that I love eel. I love eel. So it was one of those things where I don't think, do you like eel as much as I like eel?
Probably.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
So the thing was though, I don't know the reason why we didn't order it though as one of our options. Like we
I think I personally, that dish would be something I would never order because I am not into like runny egg.
Okay.
In general. And so that wouldn't be something that I go to, but the whole thing together.
Yeah. So I'll get
might
to
be
that.
a fan.
So it was on the dish. It's called Una Dumburi. I think I'm butchering.
Una.
I think it's Una.
Yeah.
And I know I'm butchering it, but we saw it and I was like, Chanel, I want this. And you were like, I'm not feeling it. And we were splitting
I said,
everything.
I'm full.
No, it was beforehand.
Oh,
I saw it at the very beginning.
Okay.
I saw it at the very beginning. And I think you said it was like, that's not something I typically go to. So like, let's just stick with what we know, right? Because this was a new place. Let's just get rolls and sashimi. So after we did all of that, I was just like, man,
I still want
it. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it. And you said to me, get it, because who knows when you're going to be back here.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. No,
I was like, we'll probably never come back here.
We'll probably never come back. So I got it. And like Chanel had mentioned, it was a rice bowl with eel, like fried eel, not fried, but like grilled.
Yeah.
Grilled with teriyaki sauce. It had a little bowl with a runny egg, and it was in its own sauce.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's like the tempura sauce.
it was
something
tempura,
like that. Yeah.
And then they had 3 shrimp tempura. It was a massive bowl. So I started mixing everything together, and I took a bite. And I looked up at Chanel and I said, you need to try this.
And I was like, no, I'm so full. I can't.
I pressed, because the thing about me is, we all know, like we know, I don't like to share my food. If I want to eat, I need to eat because I take a lot of food to be full.
Yep.
In my mind, if you take a bite away from me, that bite is the reason why I'm going to be hungry for the rest of the day. I'm going to be honest. But after I took that bite, I looked at you and I said, it doesn't matter how full you are. You have to try this.
Yep.
And it's because of that pestering that you took a bite.
And I was like, damn, that's good. I said, give me one more bite.
You did. You took another bite. The girl who was full.
I was like, my stomach was bursting.
Yeah. And I barely had space, but yet somehow I ate the whole thing.
You could eat.
I ate the whole thing. I immediately had to go to bed after.
Yep.
But that was one of the best meals.
We both passed out. Whew. And we still go there.
Anytime you're in town, we have to go there.
We go there.
Literally, there was one time we drove into San Francisco.
Yeah.
We paid the bridge just to eat there and come back.
Yep.
We were there like an
hour
and a half, 2 hours.
No regrets.
And the nice thing is, I don't go into the city unless you're in town. So it's not like I'm going back and forth all the time to eat there.
Yep.
Anytime you're here, I get it. And it's like you come often, but not enough for it to be a problem.
Yeah.
Because if I lived in the city, it'd be a problem.
It would be a problem.
It'd be a problem.
Because we'd be like,
if you came to visit me in the city, we'd probably be eating there every other day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that place, 10 out of 10.
Delicious.
Top tier.
I love.
And
the fact that we're going this weekend.
Yeah. It's bad though, because I can't eat sushi from other places anymore.
Have I had sushi at another place?
You have, from that place that I showed you on TikTok.
Oh, that place was so bad. And you see TikTok reviews for some of these places. You can't trust everybody.
I feel the same way with restaurant recommendations. You can't trust everybody.
You really can't, because they be saying anything's good and it's not good. And then you go there and waste your money and you're like, really, bro? I could have just stayed at home.
And we had that. We had an instance like that.
We've had so many instances like that. And so, like, I don't know where we want to go in this conversation, but like, there's been so many like freaking good restaurants that we've eaten at. When I get a bad restaurant experience, I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Like 7 Adams?
Like 7 Adams. I still think about that.
You do?
I still think about that.
Oh
every
my
once in a while,
gosh.
because it was just ridiculous.
Yeah. So
Is that a TikTok recommendation too?
Yes and no. Yes and no. No, actually, I think it might have been. Actually, yes.
Because we were researching that weekend.
So I think the issue was we had a Michelin star experience.
Yeah.
Right? We went to a 1-star Michelin restaurant, which was a Korean restaurant called San Ho Wan.
Yes.
And had such a wonderful experience that we were like, let's level up our eating experience.
Yes, let's go the next level.
Right? Like,
and can we talk about San Juan for a second? I'm sorry. We're all another flashback. Woo! Okay. Because San Juan,
That was good.
that was good. And it was like very interesting. Like we, first of all, did not have a reservation.
No.
Could not get a
We
reservation.
couldn't find the place. Let's start there.
Oh my gosh. It's a freaking white building. We passed it like 4 times.
It's a white building where the text on the building first is in Korean lettering.
Yes.
And it's just like raised.
Yeah.
It's like the same color as the building itself, but it's just raised. So we used GPS to get there. GPS was like, "You're here,"
And
we're
we were
looking.
like,
"Where is it?" We drove the block
Yep.
over and over, and we kept pointing to the building like next to it, but not like exactly it. Being like,
Yep.
"That must be it. That must be it. Where's the entrance? Somebody has to come in and out." It wasn't until we parked and we walked the street that you were like, "Cindy,
Cindy,
this is the restaurant."
look at that.
Yep. And it's like we were standing there looking at it as the hostess was looking at us.
Yeah. And we looked, I know we looked confused.
So confused.
Absolutely. And then
So
we walked in
confused.
and we were like, table for 2? And she
Yep.
was like, I guess.
She wasn't like
No,
that.
she was super nice.
She was very nice. She says, "I can't seat you right now, but I can seat you in like an hour."
Yeah.
Which is what the best you can ask for a restaurant that was busy.
It packed.
It was packed.
And they do reservations like 30 days in advance or something.
Yeah. Because we tried to see if we can go this week. They're booked up through July.
Yeah.
Up through July.
Crazy.
So yeah, we went. I think the other thing that was nice was it's in such a cute area of San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's just like it was an area that we had never been before, and we were just walking around. And we were like, oh, we have to. Oh, we need to do that. By the way, I
What?
still want to go look at apartments in that area
Oh, just to see.
just to see.
Because that is a really freaking
Yeah,
nice area.
because who knows? Maybe I'll be different just for a year.
yeah.
And
Just
live in
why
live in
not?
San Francisco?
Why not?
Yeah.
We don't have anything going on.
Right.
Might
So
as well.
anyway, getting back on topic, so we went and like traversed the area, and then we ended up going back, and we had to sit at like the bar top or whatever where
Yeah.
they're cooking because all the tables were reserved.
Mm-hmm.
But we sat there, me and you, and it was like one of those Michelin experiences where the
Yeah.
waiter comes. We were lucky enough we could see like the chefs
Yes.
cooking, so we watched our meals get made, and it was like, "Hello, welcome to San Juan. Please eat this kimchi that we washed in the waters from the
the
mountain
waters
that we hiked
of
all the way to
Japan.
the top.
Yes.
You can taste the crisp
The
air."
Korean flair. Yes. And then my favorite part of it was the meat, first of all.
Yeah.
The barbecue meat.
was
Jesus
good.
Christ. And then the French guy, he's like, this is the short rib. I hope you enjoy it. It's very good. We cooked it. I'm sorry, French people. That was bad. He cooked it just for you.
He was giving French Italian. That's what you're giving.
It's what
But
I
yeah,
do.
that was a good part for me. I didn't really like much of the other stuff. We didn't even mention we did a tasting menu.
Yeah, a whole
Because
tasting
this
menu.
was the first time we came. We did not know what to order. So we did a tasting menu. And in my honest opinion, this is my little beef with Michelin star places. And maybe it's just I don't have as refined of a palate. I feel like it takes the stuff that I know that I like and makes it expensive, but not in a good way.
I could see it, especially the dish that is most pertinent to that is the water kimchi.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this tastes like you took kimchi, then you took all the flavor and you washed that out.
Yeah.
And then you gave us some old ragged cabbage.
Yeah.
That's what it tasted like.
It was the liqueur?
Yeah,
What, how do you say that?
Hold on, let me get my French accent prepared. Liqueur.
It was the
LaCroix or
unseasoned
whatever.
sparkling water of kimchi.
Yeah, it really was.
And that it made
yeah.
me upset.
Yes.
Like I was raging.
You were.
I was raging.
But then you had some of that meat and
Which
you were
was
like,
good.
okay.
Yeah, but I was raging about everything else.
Yeah. I'm excited to go back whenever we go back.
Oh yeah, and because the thing that we said after we had it was this was a good experience, but it would have been better if we
tailored it to what we wanted.
which is what I think also social media said.
Yeah.
Where it was like, for your first time, you should definitely do the tasting menu to see what they have to offer. But next time you go get a table, because I think the only reason why we were able to get a spot so easily was because we were at the bar, and I think they only do the tasting menu at the bar.
Oh.
I think that's the thing. So you have to have a table to pick from the menu. So that's what we're trying to do next time, and I feel like we'll get more meats, less of our watercress kimchi.
Yeah, we might try like a different side or something. And
but that experience in totality was so positive, which is why we were like, we should try other Michelin restaurants, because Michelin or restaurants become Michelin for a reason.
Yeah.
And we like this one so much, so let's try another. So this is when we started Googling. We Googled, or not Googling, but like searching on social media.
Yeah.
That's how we got to Seven Adams. Seven Adams is not a Michelin restaurant. However, the staff is coming from a restaurant, like a Michelin level restaurant that did not survive COVID.
Yeah.
And so after that restaurant closed, the staff banded together and created Seven Adams. So we were just like, okay, well, the food looks good. The vibe seems to be what we're going for. Let's go to Seven Adams. And we did a little hee ha funny in stating that this was to celebrate our business.
Yes.
Being this podcast.
Our podcast.
Yeah.
But I booked the reservation and I put it down as that. And we both forgot.
Yes.
And the waiter was like, you guys are celebrating something, right? And we were
just
like,
what are we celebrating? And then you really quickly were like, oh, the podcast. And then
gave a whole podcast description
Yeah.
and was like, yeah, we're doing it.
he was like, oh, that's awesome. Congrats.
Thanks.
And so that's what started it, right? So the way in which this place worked that was different than San Juan had like a set menu,
Yeah.
right? Where it's just like, this is how the courses go. And I think there was like 1 to 2 things you could pick. Versus this place, it had like 4 options for, or maybe 2 to 3 options per category, right? And there was 3 categories, 3 food categories and 1 dessert.
Yep.
So we were just like, okay, well, since there's 2 of us, we can share. So let's try to pick the top 2 we want to try. And then we'll do that. Okay, let's start first before we get to how the food tastes. Let's talk about portion control. Because why is it... We just talked about how at San Raku, we had a full sushi dinner.
Full.
And I still was able to eat a full bowl of unadonburi.
And our pockets were still full at the end of the meal.
Yes. But when we go to this place, they brought us food that was this big.
Maybe
big.
the size of a US dollar coin. Or
it was a bite.
It.
It was barely, maybe even half a bite.
Half a bite.
It came out and we looked at each other and we looked at that half bite. And then that half bite had the audacity to be bad.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, first of all, we each get 1 tongue dip for each course.
Yeah.
And then you have the audacity to make it not good.
Yeah.
Like, we did not finish some of the courses.
We didn't.
And it was no food.
Oh, do you remember what was the best part though?
Yes. The beginning and the end.
Yep.
That milk bread that they brought out that's not even on the menu.
It was not even on it. So
that bread was so good.
So good.
They could have brought that for every course and I would have been happy.
Honestly, I wish they made a sandwich using that milk bread.
Ooh.
Some of that, like, okay, so one of the second courses, I think we paid $40 extra to get this Wagyu beef.
Yes.
That wasn't even good.
When I've had Wagyu before and it's delicious.
Right, but this one
was not good at all.
I think it would have been better if they took the milk bread, put that Wagyu, and gave us a slightly different sauce.
Yeah.
And made that into a sandwich.
That would have been a banger. A hit with a little salad moment on the side.
Your little arugula, whatever looking stuff to plate it.
Fancy. Yeah. So we went through that whole meal and we were just looking at each other. And so at the end of the meal, this is also a highlight, that ice cream.
Yeah.
Their pastry chef.
What was that?
Ice cream
what flavor
building.
was that?
One was like s'mores, I think.
I think we got the same thing, didn't we?
Did we get the same thing?
We got the same.
I thought we got 2 flavors. Was it one?
I think it was just one.
I just remember the one with the Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
You got the, okay, so then it was the same. It had Rice Krispies and then I think it was like a marshmallow flavored ice cream.
Rice Krispie treat then.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember chocolate, so. But yeah, that thing.
The chocolate was the dessert. That we there was a chocolate and rye dessert. That was awful.
That was.
And the other one was lavender.
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. that lavender dessert is the worst dessert I've ever had in my entire life. And I love
Chanel's
dessert.
Chanel has the biggest sweet tooth. Like
I
that
took
I've ever. Yeah.
one bite. You saw my face. I felt the pain.
You put your utensil down and pushed that away from you.
Yes, and I was done with the meal.
Yeah.
It was so bad, and then the fact that the other one wasn't good either. It was like orange and chocolate or something like that, and I remember like yogurt or something.
It was like chocolate and rye.
Oh, okay.
There was rye in there somewhere.
I just remember it not being good at all. And so we spent how much, Cindy?
$330.78. And you know it's bad when you remember the cents.
Honestly, I want that money back.
I do too.
I want it back.
Oh wait. We didn't even, before we talk about the money, we didn't even talk about why we got the ice cream. The only reason we got the ice cream is because we said we were doing a business.
Yeah, that wasn't even part of the tasting.
We wouldn't have gotten it at all if we didn't say we were starting. If we didn't lie to them.
So we didn't pay for that. Everything else we paid for, besides the milk bread
and the ice cream,
which we did not pay for either of those. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Actually disgusting.
Yeah.
And so we were very sad. And we're not really the type to be like, this is disgusting, take it back. And it doesn't really make sense in that context if you're doing a tasting anyways.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, whatever. And this is where, the statement, sometimes things that are expensive are worse, comes up.
Yeah.
And is accurate. Because we could have just not had that meal at all. And we could have just went somewhere else. Like we went afterwards.
We were still hungry.
We were still hungry afterwards.
We went to like a dive
random
bar.
Dive bar and got like a quesadilla, and that was better than anything they had on their menu, and that was a mid.
It was like, I think it was like $18.
Yeah. Mid quesadilla, $18, and we were like, yeah.
It was more filling for sure.
More filling, more satisfying.
Yep.
Everything. So after that, we were like, okay, we're done. We're not doing any more fine dining. No more bougie dining. And no more recommendations from TikTok. Just following them wholeheartedly. Like maybe every once in a while, okay, maybe we'll try it out, but not like.
At least I will do it for places that I know are less than $30.
Yeah, anything
right,
that's not super expensive.
But yeah, never I'm gonna take it from Michelin restaurants. Here's the problem. We found San Juan through TikTok.
Yeah, we did. But even then, I can't go in blind because we were spending like the whole time just searching TikTok trying to find a place. I don't think I'll ever do that again.
Yeah, me either.
It has to come to me, and then I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. I understand.
Brutal. Absolutely. Yeah. So we've done fine dining. We've done like medium dining, regular dining, whatever. And then we've done like fast food or like casual dining.
Yeah.
What is your favorite type of dining? What's your favorite and what do you do the most often?
My favorite would have to be like, I guess what you would consider mid-level dining. So a San Juan level. Or not, excuse me, San Raku level.
I was about to say, girl, you be balling out of control.
No, it's because of the San Raku level
yeah.
would be my favorite. But what I probably do most often is the fast food. And I will say this is the reason because the reason is I don't live in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So a lot of the food places that I like to eat at, a lot of the food places that I like to go are across the bay.
Yep.
And I have to pay to get across the bay if I want to take my car, or I have to take a bus.
Yep.
Which
nobody's
is just
doing that.
It's more convenient because I don't have to worry about parking, but then I have to wait for the bus. It's less convenient because you have to wait.
Yeah.
So I find myself more at fast food places because also I'm looking for a place to eat after I get off of work when I know like I don't have food at home or if I don't want, or I know I don't want to cook. That's where I find myself more. So we're talking in like your In-N-Outs, your Panda Express, or some new places that I found here. I love Koja Kitchen.
That place is pretty good.
It is really good.
That freaking rice, fried burger, whatever, that scratches something in my soul.
So it's stuff like that where it's more fast food. I think it's in between your fast food and your sit down places because like In-N-Out. you can just go through a drive-through.
Yeah.
And by the time you ask for your order and you get to the end, your food is ready. But a Koja Kitchen, you gotta have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Koja Kitchen,
You gotta
wait
go
a
in
little
person.
bit.
You have to wait a little bit.
There's no drive-through, whatever. So it's like, and it's still fast food, but it's not as fast as your In-N-Out or your Panda Express or your Taco Bell.
Yep.
Like the places that you know that the food's probably sitting in there waiting for you to come and they heat it up.
You don't wait for your food. The food waits for you.
Yeah. So I would say I would like to do more of the mid-level restaurants, but again, the issue is money.
Yeah.
Because if money wasn't an issue, you best believe I wouldn't even care about the $7. I would be in San Francisco eating for every meal if I could. If money wasn't an issue.
Yeah. Because the prices be kicking.
Yeah. And I will say I wish I did more justice to Oakland, because Oakland is also another place of very diverse people. I found like a Nigerian place here that is really good. It's super expensive. That's the issue of having cuisine that you grew up with. I don't feel like any price outside of free is worthy enough for me, because I know I can get it for free.
Yeah.
You know?
know.
Stop. Anyway.
I couldn't help it.
I know. But I'm not saying that place wasn't worth the money. It definitely was. But if I know I can call my mom and be like, hey, can you make me some soup?
Yep.
And bring it with you the next time you visit, I'd rather do that. Just like make me enough that will last me a couple of months and I'm good.
Yep. Yeah. For me, I don't do fast food anymore for the most part. I kind of made it a rule for myself to not eat out unless I'm eating with somebody else.
Which is good.
Yeah.
That saves money.
And I think it's because back in grad school, it was, I would have I would go, right?
Yep.
Go to Whataburger, go somewhere random.
Well, in that little area, Whataburger, Taco Bell, and McDonald's were all right there.
All right there. And so I would go to, a fast food restaurant, and then I would just sit in my car and eat.
We did that once together.
Best. I love eating in my car, but I think it's tied to the trauma. And so now I don't want to do it anymore. It makes me sad. But I am reclaiming. Because the other week I went and got a little smoothie bowl, and I sat in my car and I ate it, and I was like, good times. You like smoothie bowls?
No, we didn't talk about one of my favorite fast food places.
Oh, what's your favorite fast food? Oh, I already know.
You want to say it together?
Yes.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wingstop. Oh, brother. Wingstop's good.
It's good. And this is where social media is a problem, because there was a month earlier this year that I was I literally blew my money. When you came to visit me in January, I started off the year bad.
Yeah.
I blew through all of my money.
And we have weekly finance meetings, and all I hear is, I got Wingstop.
No. It wasn't that month.
Oh, it wasn't that month?
So the thing was, in January, I didn't go. It wasn't until February that the Wingstop obsession started.
Oh.
And I couldn't eat it because I said for the month of February, I wasn't going to eat out. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So January, I blew my money to where I didn't have money. And February was supposed to be a month for me to recuperate, where I wasn't going out. That is when TikTok started showing me ASMR food videos. And that's where I started seeing people eating Wingstop.
They knew.
And that's also when the hot honey flavor came out.
That hot honey flavor is so good.
So good.
It's so good.
So I remember at the time I was walking every single day with Maddie, and on the phone I'd just be telling Maddie literally every single day about how I can't wait till February is over and I know my bills are paid, because the first place I'm going to go is to Wingstop. And I told her my order. I'm going to get this order with the hot honey. Then I'm going to do the Korean or like the Hawaiian or Korean spicy. Can't remember, but hot honey was going to be one of them. I was going to get the hot honey in tendered form. I might have also gotten lemon pepper. I just had a thing. I had the whole thing. I know the tenders were lemon pepper. Then I was getting hot honey, and I was getting the Korean style as my boneless wings.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm also going to get the big ranch. I'm going to get fries.
Big ranch.
And I also want to try the jalapeno cheddar cheese. And I would bring that up almost every other time we walked. I can't wait. So one day I get a Venmo of $40 from Maddie, It was a wing and a stop sign, and it wasn't processing.
She's hilarious.
It wasn't processing that was Wingstop, because my brain was like, my first thought was Maddie doesn't owe me money, so I was like, why is Maddie sending me $40? So I texted her. I was like, hey, I got your Venmo. Is everything okay? Like, why are you sending me money? And after I sent that text, I'm trying to decipher what these emojis mean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a wing and a stop sign. Wing stops.
Wingstop!
And I texted her. I was like, wait, Maddie, is this for my Wingstop order? And she goes, yeah, you've been talking about it. And I really want you to have it.
She's a friend.
She is a friend. Because the way I got that order.
Ooh, and you were telling us all about it. And we were like, damn, you kept getting Wingstop for that little period after, right?
No, I only had it once.
You had it once.
And
for that month.
For that month. But then I got it the beginning of March. I got it again. So there was like maybe a 2 weeks split between when I got it the first time and the second time.
During those 2 weeks, this is the power you have. I got Wingstop. Maddie got Wingstop. Mm-hmm. My mom got Wingstop.
Mm-hmm. I have actually been told I make food look good and I make food sound good.
Yes. And you could eat.
I don't know.
You could be the mukbanger. You really could, because you can eat.
And I mean, I don't be seeing it because I don't see myself eat. But it's, and the thing is, you and Maddie are not the only ones who have told me that. I remember vividly, I used to go to this trivia thing with people from work. After work on certain days, we would go to do trivia. And I typically try to eat before I come, but on this day, I think I was doing something, so I got there really late, and I was so hungry that I was just like, let me look around. Like, I found like a sushi spot nearby. I went and got myself a dragon roll, right? My eel. And I'm just eating it. Eating it as I do normally. And I'm like, as I'm eating it, like trying to participate, I look up, and I see 3 sets of eyes looking at me. And I'm like, everything okay? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. And then two of the women, who, like 2 sets of the eyes, are like, I think I want something to eat.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry right now. Like, maybe I should look. And then one girl was like, should I get that? I'm like, y'all, this is good. Like, you should definitely get some. Like, I definitely recommend y'all get some of this. But like, it is kind of expensive though. It's like, it was $20 for a roll.
Yeah.
I was like, I probably wouldn't spend that money, but like, if you really want to try it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So they asked me that. And after that, I remember talking to be like, I can see the effect, because I literally made 3 people hungry.
Yep.
Just by eating my sushi.
Yep.
And I don't know what I'm just enjoying.
Let me tell you, Cindy. Let me tell you. Because to eat or to sit while you eat is an experience.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you remember that one time in San Diego? So we were visiting
Maddie and
Aaron, and this was during that 2-week trip.
This was my first time meeting Maddie and Aaron. Let's add
Yes,
that.
the first time.
First time.
And these people, I've been friends with them for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And so we were hanging out, and I think we went to the bookstore. We were just doing random stuff.
This was the first. So
this was before we did anything?
Yeah, this was the first. So we went to their house.
Yes.
First.
Yes.
And I was very uncomfortable because here's the thing, right? Because again, the trauma that I have with like the friendships that I have, these were you were my friend.
Yep.
And these are your friends.
Yes.
And I'm very much aware of the fact. Like, I know, like, you can say you have your own friends, but you were just like, these are people that I'm really close with, and I know we're all going to be friends. So
yeah.
There was a lot of pressure.
I did say that, huh?
Yeah, you did.
I laid it on thick, didn't I?
Laid it on thick. I was feeling a lot of pressure because I was like, Chanel thinks we're going to get along. If they don't like me, that's going to make things really awkward.
Yeah.
I probably not for you. Now knowing you probably wouldn't have cared.
For me, I would be surprised if I actually brought someone that my friends didn't like.
Right, but even still, if they ended up not liking me, I don't think you would have stopped.
I'd be like, what's the reason?
Right, you wouldn't immediately have cut me off. But I was just like, there was a lot of pressure to not be someone that, or like not come across weird or whatever. Whatever. Like saying this now knowing Maddie and Aaron, it sounds so stupid.
Yeah.
But at that time, I didn't know them at all.
Yep.
So you brought me to their home. I just sat on the couch because I'm in someone's home I've never met before. I don't know what to do, so I'm sitting on the couch.
And this is after like a 2-hour drive, hour and a half drive. So we're just like, okay. And I'm like, sit there, Cindy. And we're just sitting there staring at each other.
And like, the question comes up of like, should we go eat? And of course, because I'm always hungry, I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. They set the stage.
No, hold on. Hold on, Cindy.
Okay.
So, let's go to when we're actually walking outside. Okay. So we're heading towards the restaurant. We're walking there. It's like across the street. And so we're just walking. And the entire time Aaron's telling you about this restaurant. Oh, me and Maddie, we always go here. And, you know, they have huge sandwiches.
The sandwiches are massive.
The sandwiches are huge. They're so big. Oh, my God.
Yeah, we never finish them. We always take half home.
We never finish them ever. Never, ever, never, never, ever, never. 5 hours later. No, like 5 minutes later. We make it to the place. And so we order, we're sitting cute, we're waiting for our meal. And so we finally get our meal and we sit down. The way we did not say a single word during that entire meal.
We were all hungry. Or was it just awkward?
Cindy.
What?
Let me tell you. So typically when we eat, we normally have conversations. That's normally a thing. We were all dead silent.
Yeah.
We all started eating.
Yeah.
Eating. And so, you know, everybody's minding their business, eating. And then you're eating. And we're like looking. I was looking out of the corner of my eye because I already told them Cindy can eat.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, she's about to prove me right. Watch. She's going to prove me right. And so we're eating. I am barely through like the first half of the sandwich. Aaron just finished his first half of the sandwich.
Yeah.
Maddie's wrapping up her first half of the sandwich. Cindy is halfway through her second half of the sandwich.
Yeah.
And grubbing.
Yeah.
And we're just looking, not saying a word. And then you finish that hoe.
Yeah.
And we said absolutely nothing. And I was thinking in my head, she can eat.
And you want to
she
know
can
so
eat.
funny? I could eat again. I could eat another half.
Great. And you guys... Those sandwiches were huge. I barely finished that first half.
I think it was like probably if you go from the top of my finger, it probably was almost to like my elbow.
Yeah,
like middle of my forearm.
Fat.
Yeah,
you could eat.
Yeah,
and so we were all silent. And then on the way back, I was like, "She can eat!" Yeah. And then we all started cracking up.
Yeah. So let me tell it from my perspective. Yes. Right? Because I knew going into it that when Aaron was saying that they were huge.
So huge.
I already knew it wasn't going to be enough for me. Going into it, I knew. And in that moment, I was just like, they're going to think I'm crazy for eating this sandwich. They're going to think
you already knew what it was going to be.
I already knew. So here was the thing. This is how it worked for me. So we got our sandwiches. I finished my first half way before everybody else. Way before everybody else. My first half was done. So in my mind, I said this. If I finish my second half of my sandwich before they finish their first half, it won't be that big of a deal. They won't notice until later when they're just like, where's Cindy's second half of the sandwich? But here's the issue. I miscalculated. So I was finishing the second half of my sandwich when all of you were done. So I was eating my second half as y'all were. And y'all thought you were slick. I saw every single glance. I saw every single look.
I was doing my side eye.
And I saw Aaron and Maddie whispering to each other.
They were, damn, she can eat.
Yeah. And so when we got back and we walked and you said, damn, you can eat. They were just like, yeah, like Cindy, we saw. I was like, oh, I saw you saw.
I saw you. And y'all didn't say anything. You thought you were slick.
Yeah. And I think that was perfect because the way it broke the ice.
It broke the ice. We were all cracking up.
It was, the rest of the day was so much fun.
It was so funny. Oh my God. It was
so much fun.
So forever, I will say you can eat. There was other instances. You met some of my other friends.
Yeah.
That live closer to me. And we went to Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
And you could eat.
It was good.
Korean barbecue. And then we went to dim sum place too.
Yeah.
You were eating like we were. Everybody's just looking at you.
Right. It always happens.
But
and
it's
the thing
good.
that's so crazy is that it was back to like the sandwich thing. Aaron was like, I don't even understand how you're walking. And I was just like, the way in which I could eat another half of the sandwich.
I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
You could
I truthfully don't get it either.
It's insane.
I think I need more protein in my diet. I think that's the issue.
Probably.
I think part of it is something along the lines of like, I won't say that I have a fast metabolism, but it's just like, I don't think I'm getting enough sustenance for my meals.
Yeah.
That I'm like overcompensating by even eating more. I think
Maybe.
most of it is just like carbs that burn. I think I need something more hearty.
Yes, something that will stay in there.
Yeah.
Take up space or something.
Yeah.
Take up weight.
But yeah, it's something that I've noticed. We did say for a little bit though, because there was like one time that we went out that I couldn't eat, and we did say for a little bit it could be trauma related.
Yeah.
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 And I'm trying to fill the void.
Yeah.
With food,
I was like, you're happy now, so you can't pack it in like you used to.
But then that lasted for like one day.
Okay.
And then we went back because we still go to San Raku. Sorry,
Yes.
I almost said San Juan. We still go to San Raku. And when it's the two of us, we'll split one eel bowl.
Yep.
But when it's three of us, I need my own.
You remember that one time? I have to bring it up. I have to. Because I'm still mad.
It's moments like that like piss me off when it comes to Maddie.
And this is what you were talking about, the food thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't like sharing my food.
You see, I'm fine sharing food.
Yeah.
But it has to be done in a certain way.
It has to be discussed. Like I just said,
we always discuss.
Yes.
Like, okay, we're going to split this evenly. You're going to eat this. I'm going to eat this. And we just split it up and make it happen.
Right. Because we discussed it before, because then I can say, okay, Chanel, if we do split it like that, that's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Food
So
for me.
I need to get this and I need to do that and whatever. So we sorted out all in the beginning.
Yes.
So we were eating with Maddie. I said, I was about to say San Juan too.
Right.
San Raku. And so me and Cindy, we have our order down to a science.
A science.
We always order the same thing. We might get a little extra thing, but we always order the same thing. We even have it to where like we will customize a certain dish so that it's the perfect amount of food for us to eat.
Yep.
And so me and her were looking at each other in the eye and we're like, okay, we know what we're doing. It's game time.
Yep.
Maddie was not on game time.
No. Well, here was the thing. We discussed it with her beforehand.
We did.
We had let her know this
we normally
is the situation.
Get this.
Right.
What do you want?
Right. Because we said, if you want some of this, we need to order another one.
Yes.
And she was like, I'm only going to want like one piece. Like
yeah,
of
like
eel.
one piece of eel, maybe two.
And then one piece of the eel and only one shrimp tempura. Because at the time we were getting shrimp tempura from the tempura plate, and then we were also getting shrimp tempura from the eel bowl, right? And so we said, okay, if you only want a shrimp tempura and you don't want the eel bowl, because she had made it clear she doesn't want the eel bowl except for one piece of eel, your shrimp, or I think she wanted 2 pieces of shrimp tempura.
Yeah.
Your 2 pieces are on the like whatever plate, and then the other pieces, because that was going to be left for, I would get 2, you would get 2.
Yes,
that's how we had it set up.
Also we ordered an extra order of the eel to go on top because we need the setup. Yes. So we're like, okay, we'll just order a couple more pieces of eel for you since you don't want any part of this bowl. Because the original plan, like you said, you would have an entire bowl to yourself and then me and her could have shared a bowl and it would have been fine.
Yep.
But she said, no, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm good.
Like, it was pretty much, she agreed with, okay, the 2 shrimp tempura pieces from the tempura platter are perfect, and the extra order of eel, she agreed those were the necessary things to do to make sure she got her fill.
Yes.
And so we're like, okay, that's great.
Okay, we'll do that.
That's just a little bit extra charge. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll just get the extra eel, pay a little bit more. Okay, cool. Tell me why we get our food.
Yeah.
And this girl goes, okay, so can I have some of these tempura?
No, she didn't even ask. She picked it up.
She picked it up.
She picked it up.
The way my brain is rearranging this story, and so I'm not as angry.
The way that I remember it, because it pissed me off. She picked it up, and I said, whoa. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And she's like, you told me I got 2. She said, you told me I got 2 shrimp tempura.
And just to clarify, the shrimp tempura on the actual Donburi thing has eel sauce on it.
Yes.
So those are delicious.
So
the ones
good.
in the regular one are still delicious.
Yes.
But they don't got the extra sauce on it.
Because the sauce sinks into it.
Yes. It adds a little je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. So, and she was like, you said I got 2 pieces. And I was like, those are your 2 pieces.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, but I want one from here. And that would have that ruined everything.
Yes,
because then
because
it no
we have
longer
our
made
plan.
it no longer made it fair between the two of us.
Yes.
Because we would have gotten each 2.
Yes.
Or no. I think it was something where it's just like her taking it away took away the option. Yeah, it took away the option of each of us having 1.
Yeah.
Is what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, you guys said I could get 2. And I was like, Maddie, this is yours.
Yeah.
Over there.
And we specified.
Yes. And so she was like, okay, whatever. So she started to eat that, right?
Mm-hmm.
She finished her eel and proceeded to started to take an eel piece.
Yes, and we said,
I almost slapped her hand.
almost. I was bit it. We said, girl,
What
you
are you
said
doing?
you wanted 2 pieces. And on top of that, before that, she also took some rice.
She did.
And she did not say she wanted no rice.
She did not say.
And that rice is soft up.
Yeah. So pretty much she started eating the bowl that she said that she didn't want.
Yes. And we were like, girl.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
We could have ordered 2 bowls. We don't
Yes.
care.
We
We'll
really
pay
don't-
for it. We don't
we
care.
don't care.
But we have a plan.
We have to get our fill. Because here's the thing.
Yes.
I get hangry.
Yes.
How am I going to finish a meal and still be hungry?
My problem is I'll be so unsatisfied that I'll fly back out here in 2 weeks to get another serving because it wasn't done right.
It wasn't done right. And you did. You did fly
I
out.
basically did.
You did fly out 2 weeks
did
later.
fly out 2
And we went. And
when we were there the whole time, we just talked about the disrespect. We were like, you remember?
it's the fact that it's been over 6 months
It's been
since this happened.
I'm
And we're
still so mad. Don't play about food.
Don't.
That's the one thing you can't play about.
And here's the thing. We make it clear. And that's the reason why I'm never going to apologize for the way that I act.
No.
Because I make it clear. I personally believe we are very reasonable people when it comes to food. Like you said, we would have, if she had said, I want it, but like I only want a couple bites, I don't know if I can pay for it. I would have been like, that's fine. I will pay for it.
Yep.
Because I'm going to be eating most of it anyway.
Yep.
I will pay for it. That wasn't the problem. And so the fact that we discussed it and we brought it out and you still ate it is the problem.
And you were asking for more.
Yeah.
We had to stop her.
And we did. And then she got upset at us after we were like,
And we were looking at her like, girl,
Yeah.
stop talking to me. You see, but I wouldn't cut her off for that.
Never. I would never cut Maddie off for that. I would roast her. Morgan, I'm going to roast
Next
her.
time I'm going to bite her hand. But
The next time y'all were here together was in April.
Yeah.
And we went back to San Raku and we brought it up to her again.
Yep.
And she finally said, yeah, I want my own.
And
So
we were like, perfect.
and we got
you and me
2.
are going to share.
Yep.
And Cindy's going to have her own.
And it worked.
And we were all satisfied.
I think you helped me a little bit with mine too.
Yeah.
Like I ate most of it, but you're like, I think I want a couple more bites. And I was like, that's fine.
Yep.
Because we have an understanding.
That's what we do. Crazy.
Yep.
I'm still mad.
So I'm going to ask you this.
Yes.
They're not in the same category at all, but I want you to rank the food that we discussed in this episode from best to worst.
Okay, we already know what's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the food places I think we discussed today, we discussed In-N-Out, we discussed Koja Kitchen, we discussed Wingstop, we discussed San Raku. We forgot about Fino's.
That's what I was thinking.
We have to talk real quickly about Fino's.
We have to.
We have to add it.
We have to.
We have to talk about Fino's.
Because what magical place is that?
That is, I'm going to tell you this quick story. It's my go-to spot to bring people to.
Yeah, it's
when
a
they come to
perfect
visit.
place for that.
And I told that to one of the wait staff, or not I guess one of the waitresses. And she was like, every person who lives in the city has a place that they take people to. And she goes, it warms my heart that Fino's is yours.
Yes.
Because any person who comes to visit me, I don't even take them to San Raku.
Yeah.
I take them
That's
to
not the
Fino's.
place. That's our place.
Yeah. But Fino's is
The place.
is an Italian restaurant that we found because we actually took a recommendation from somebody.
From the guy at
person
the hotel, yeah.
At the hotel who was working the front desk. We were like, we don't know where to eat. Where do you suggest? He was pretty much like, where can you get to?
And we're like,
on
we're
foot.
walking, yeah.
And he was like, there's a place called Fino's that's in a restaurant. That's probably one of the best
In a hotel.
Oh, sorry. It's in a hotel. It's a restaurant in a hotel. One of the best places. We walked there. And when we got there, his name is Charles. And
shout out Charles.
Shout out to Charles. And he was just like, I don't have a table. I think it was like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So something like that.
6 or 7.
It was 6 or 7. And he was like, I don't have a table for you right now.
Well, first of all, we walked in and we were like, can we have a table for 2?
Yeah.
And he said,
yeah.
That's how you know.
And that place, it was packed.
It was packed.
It was because I think it was like
a tiny little place.
It was a tiny place. And I think we went like a Friday night.
Yeah.
And so he made that noise. He looked around. He's like, I can do you this. I don't have a table for you right now, but if you come back at 8:30, like 8:30 or 8:35, it's like some odd time.
Yeah.
I will have a table for you. And we weren't hungry. Like, I actually wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay. So we went to Union Square. We walked around. We were back at 8:30. And the first thing he said to us was, thank you so much for coming back.
Yes.
And I was just like,
wow, Charles.
Right. So we sat down. We didn't know what to order.
No.
He told us what to order, and like we picked up the options, and then there was like a broccoli dish because you're very big at you're very big on having a veggie.
Yeah.
With every dish that you have. I could care less, but like
I gotta have a veggie.
Right. So
just for health reasons.
Which is good.
Yes.
And you picked a broccoli dish, and I was like, cool.
Yeah,
it's
a broccolini, just like plain broccolini, a little bit of seasoning, that type of thing.
So when we asked for it, he was like, that dish is very hit or miss. Like,
yeah,
people don't really
it's a little
like it.
bitter, he was saying.
Yeah, and we were just like, yeah, but we really want like a
vegetable, and we're not really sure. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you for free
on the house.
And we were like,
we had told him that we were visiting and that I was trying to move. He was like, oh, welcome to the city.
Yep.
He's like, I know you haven't found a place yet, but the fact that you have a job and you're gonna come here, it's on the house. Welcome to the city.
Yep.
And he was right. It was bitter. We still liked it. We still ate it.
Yeah, it was edible for sure.
Yeah.
But we could see what he's saying.
That was good. We had like sourdough that was really good.
Oh, that sourdough bread with the olive oil.
It's like their balsamic was like mixed with garlic and stuff, which
so good.
So good.
Absolutely good.
Pastas were bomb. Your pasta was really, really good. And then the dessert was good. And the drinks, it just everything about that experience
was good. Didn't we get like a dessert wine or something? No, I got like a limoncello at the end. And then we tried some desserts, didn't we?
It was really good. Yeah. It was a chocolate lava cake.
Oh, yeah. That whole meal, it was like perfection. And this was like after you coming out of your PhD program.
It was a congrats.
I left my PhD program, thank God. So it felt like a real like moment where we were like healing.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
That place is also, we don't go to it as much because it's an Italian restaurant, and so it's heavier.
It's heavier. It's fancier in a way. Because San Raku, you could just walk in.
Yeah.
It's chill.
Yeah.
Wear whatever you want. But yeah, that place is a little bit more fancy. So we hit it like every other time I'm here.
Yeah.
So.
So now that we go back and we talked about Finos, we have, excuse me, I'm burping. My bad.
It'd be like that.
So we have In-N-Out. We have Koja Kitchen. We have, what's the other? Oh, Wingstop. Right? We have San Raku, Finos, San Juan, and then Seven Adams.
Whew.
So 1 to 7.
Let's go through this together. We'll make our collective one since we've shared all of these experiences. We already know what's at the bottom.
Yes.
Seven Adams.
100%.
Absolutely. I'm still disappointed. I still want my money back. I remember looking at that on my credit card. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed.
Yeah.
So Seven Adams is here. What would be, well, okay, that's the worst. Let's go to the best.
Okay. I know we do that one last. We have to do
You
that
sure?
Yeah, because I think it'd be easier for me to process and eliminate.
I see you.
So 7 is San Juan, or sorry.
What? The last is Seven Adams.
Seven Adams is last. I think number 6 for me is In-N-Out.
I mean, I could see it. I do love me some In-N-Out. But I think for me, I like In-N-Out better than I like Koja Kitchen. For sure.
So here's the thing. It depends on the In-N-Out.
It depends on the In-N-Out.
If it's so far the In-N-Outs that I've had here, Koja Kitchen's better. But if it's the In-N-Out by your house, the In-N-Out
yeah.
I'll say this. I'll probably put
because even the Napa In-N-Out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put Koja Kitchen because I don't think I haven't had Koja Kitchens outside this area, but I also haven't heard of a Koja Kitchens outside of this area.
Also with Koja Kitchen, it depends on what you get.
Yeah.
Because that sandwich is good, but I've had something else from there and I was mid.
Okay, that's fair. So I would say 6 is Koja Kitchen.
Yep.
Then I probably would put, now that we had the conversation about
Yes.
a Wingstop would probably be above that.
Oh, Wingstop.
Yeah. Because here's the thing.
I could see it.
I feel like when it comes to Wingstop, I either crave it.
Yep.
Or I don't want it at all.
You can't get Wingstop on a random day.
No.
You have to be craving it.
Yes.
Or it sucks.
But In-N-Out is a place that I can crave it, but also if we're just hanging out, kind of like in Napa.
Yep.
I could eat In-N-Out. Let's get In-N-Out.
Okay, I can see that.
So I'm gonna say 7 is 7 Adams. 6 is Koja Kitchen.
Yep.
5 is Wingstop.
Yep.
4 is In-N-Out.
Mm-hmm. I see that. Mm-hmm. You see, but also, I would put, this might be controversial, I think I would put San Juan under In-N-Out. Just because we've only had the tasting menu. Mm-hmm. So that's what I have in my head. Not everything on the tasting menu was a hit. Those meats.
I'm thinking about the meat.
Just the meats, delicious.
I'm looking at a meat to meat comparison.
The best.
In-N-Out's meats have never melted in my mouth.
That melted. Mm-hmm. But if we're considering the whole tasting menu,
yeah,
I would be like, girl, let's just go get In-N-Out.
That's fair.
But if we're just considering the meats, because next time we go, we'll be able to pick.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. So we'll leave it the same.
I'm thinking the meats.
Yep.
Because whenever I think of it, I don't even think about the watercress, whatever, because that makes me mad.
Yep. And there was a whole bunch of other stuff.
If we're going to talk about all the other stuff, San Juan is probably going to go 6.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So
just the meat. Just the meat, the barbecue. Korean barbecue. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I agree. So then it was In-N-Out and then San Juan. Is that the next one or is it something else?
So
what's left?
We have Fino's, San Raku, San Juan. I would say possibly San Juan. Yeah.
I would say San Juan.
Because then that could make that easily interchangeable.
And then number 2 and number 1, right?
We already know that. It's Fino's and San Raku.
Exactly.
Because the thing is, we can't even flip it because we eat you literally say
I have to have
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't care what we're doing. Mm-hmm. We have to have San Raku.
So that has to be number 1.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so glad we're getting that this week.
I know. And you want to know what the nice thing about this ranking list is? That honestly isn't everything that we've had so far in this area.
It's not even close.
What I will say, like coming from Texas to California, one of the things that was really hard was the fact that I was leaving all of my food places. But I really do feel like I'm building food places now. Yep. The only thing that's bothering me is the fact that all the food places I like to eat, I have to pay $7 to get to. Yeah. Because it's either a $6 bus. Mm-hmm. And then like a $2 bus to come back, or $7 there and then paying for parking. Mm-hmm.
And parking's a nightmare.
Yeah, because you can't find it.
Yep.
So one of the things that I want to do more of, as I want to explore here, this is one of my issues though. I don't really explore unless somebody else is here, and that's where I need to either have you. Mm-hmm. But it's hard because you have the places that you already want to go. You come to visit. Yep. It's not like you're really here to try things anymore, so it's hard. So I need to start making friends here who are willing to go try food places with me, who are also more aligned with my food taste, because I have friends here who like to eat different food places, but our food interests don't align. Yeah.
100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe this weekend we'll try something new.
I hope not, because I'm trying to save money.
Me too. So maybe not.
We'll try that maybe next time you're here.
Next time you're here. Let's stick to the tried and true. Because the worst thing is when you try a new place
and it's bad
and it sucks and you spent that money. I want my money back. Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
We'll never stop talking about 7 Adams. I reviewed it because I made the reservation. Yeah, I reviewed it really poorly. Yeah, and I just haven't gotten any contact from them since. Yeah, they probably read it and they were like, they're a hater.
Yeah. Hey, I don't blame them. Yeah, game recognized game, I guess. Right. I guess.
But yeah. We stay eating.
We definitely stay eating. Actually, I don't stay eating. You can eat.
You're keeping up though.
I try.
You keep up.
You see, I feel like it's good though, because some restaurants give like a portion, right, of something, and I can eat everything now and then have you finish it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I love, because whenever I finish my meal, I always just want just a little bit
just
more.
a little bit more. And I'm like, Cindy.
And I'm like,
and you're like,
you.
Are you going to eat that? I'm like, nope.
And
I'm full.
Yep.
Yep.
So it works.
Period. Yay.
That was fun.
Yes.
On to the next.
On to the next.
Bye.
Bye. Is someone knocking on my door? Hello? Open the door. Open the door. I'm filming a podcast right now. Goodbye.
Hi.
You want to say hi to the podcast?
No, thank you.
Okay, bye.